Hi everyone, delonewolf here, and welcome back to EVE Online, to the Nibale station where we left off yesterday. Now I got a mail from the Alliance that they are going to try and avoid any more conflict with the cult of Escobar to try and end the war. Which from the notifications, let's see, within 24 hours the fight will be illegal. That was 3:28 last night EVE time, so in about 8 hours and the war should end, unless the god of Escobar decides to fight for another week. But yeah, the Alliance has been asked to go into an evasive mode as much as possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump clone to my Iona clone, which is far away. And I thought it could be interesting to show you guys this mechanic, because if you get warded and you don't want to fight it out, jump clones are very handy for this, because you can just move yourself in a few clicks to the other side of the galaxy. So I'll just pause my skill queue, go to my jump clones, and the one I want is right here in Iona, which is, let's see, my assets, 36 jumps away. So yeah, if the cult of Escobar is hunting for us around here, I should be decently safe, and they'd have to move quite a lot of stuff in order to go after me if they would use a locator agent. And this one has also +4 bonuses, so I'll just jump there, and there we go. So I'll just restart my training queue, and there we go. I'm in Iona Creodron facility. Let's have a look at what I have available here. I got a bit of ore for the that I mined and refined. So yeah, just some leftovers. As you can see, my Thanatos BPC, which I'm planning to try and make pretty soon, or relatively soon. I got all the parts I need for the carrier. As you can see here, a lot of metals, some useless stuff, some drones in preparation of my carrier. So yeah, I'm busy with it. Some titanium, yeah, 70 million, that's not bad, and 7 million mexalon. Okay, didn't know I still had this much over here. And some faction stuff, let's see, and unfortunately, yeah, just some strip miner ones. So let's have a look at the ships that I have available here. Ooh, get a couple myrmidons. Let's activate this Talos right here. Spear of Heaven, I think I called it. It's the ship I plan to use whenever the live events come back. So that's that. I got my Absolution, couple of Exors ready. Few of them are PvP fit. Catalyst, that's I use from time to time to salvage some. I get my Obelisk, the Echelon, my Orca, of course, a couple Literons, a Retriever, which should be worth a lot more than what I bought it all those years back. Can I do view market details on that? Price history. Ooh, that looks so juicy. I might go and try and sell that one actually. And then my Proteus, which is my current mission ship. So that's pretty interesting. You know, that's very handy. With jump clones, you can set up a second base of operation. You know, the war is going on over there. We're asking to be a bit more evasive, so I can just jump clone over here. Just keep an eye out on local, and yeah, I can actually play EVE pretty much undisturbed as long as I'm a little bit careful for war targets in local. But it's just very, very unlikely. So in a moment, I'm going to go actually towards the Dixie, because what I do miss over here now is a Machina, and I'm going to buy that one. I got plenty of cash to do it, and I'm going to buy a second one just so that the second base of operation, I can also use it for mining. And in case it turns out that we'll end up back in Co-Incorporated, I think I'm going to do some production over here. So that does mean I'll have to move my BPCs all the way through that, either a high-sec wormhole or the low-sec pipe. But yeah, I think I'll do some production over here, because it's just 8 jumps from the Dixie. It's a lot easier to get the rest of the minerals this way. and yeah, if we end up in co-incorporate, that's probably going to be a part of the gameplay. Anyways, let's head over there. What I did want to talk about, we're already 5 minutes in though, is an interesting thread on mmorpg.com that I saw today, which was someone asked if it was too late to start playing EVE Online, and for all us EVE players, the answer is pretty easy and logical. No, of course not. It's not too late to play EVE Online, but a lot of people think so because of how the skilling system works in EVE Online. So they think because it's real time, they'll never be able to catch up to the veteran players, which in the sense of how many skill points you have is true, but that's no problem in EVE Online for two reasons. The first one is of course that EVE Online is not a level based game, so it's not like because I have 50 million skill points that I'm a level 110 or something like that compared to other people. Instead, you should probably look at every ship type, weapon type, stuff like that as a small skill and limited skill tree on its own, which you can then fill up to level 5 for everything. So in a relatively small amount of time, a new player can learn to perfectly fly a Drake or a frigate or a cruiser like a Vexor with some nice drone skills, stuff like that. And in that sense, you know, you can compete with the veteran players very quickly. Of course, the only advantage really that these veteran players will have, what the hell, looks like my overview wasn't really updating well there. Anyways, so yeah, you know, you can't catch up in the number of skill points, but the only advantage a veteran player will have is that he can fly many different kind of ships. But since he can only fly one at a time, it's not really a disadvantage, and it's certainly no reason to not give EVE Online a try. And the second one is you can actually buy and sell characters in EVE Online. So really, the excuse that you'll never be able to catch up to a veteran player, it's not really true. If you're very successful, you can make enough ISK, or if you're willing to spend the money on Plex, you can buy a carrier able pilot very quickly, or even a Titan pilot if you really want that. Of course, it's not advisable to do so, because before you go into these super capital ships, you want to know enough about EVE, and a few years of experience within EVE Online are certainly welcome for any pilot that plans to fly a super capital ship. And but yeah, it is perfectly possible to actually catch up in number of skill points. All you have to do is be good enough at EVE, make enough ISK, and then you can buy the character if you want. So really, the excuse of not being able to catch up, it's not even 100% accurate in that sense. And with more and more characters in EVE Online actually reaching the 100 million SP points, we're seeing something pretty interesting, which I read from a few veterans in the thread on mmorpg.com itself, is that they actually stop skilling some of their really high SP characters, because whenever they lose a pot, it starts to cost so much ISK that it just becomes handier to start skilling up an alt on the same account, or even to go for a second account then. And so yeah, these veterans, there also does seem to be like a cap to how many skill points veterans feel comfortable with having and playing and risking in PvP in EVE Online. So even if you think that, oh my god, that veteran is just going to keep going ahead and ahead and ahead of me in number of SP, that point is also not completely accurate, because most people at some point will start to prefer just a new character, an alt, for whatever specific purpose they want that alt for, which is exactly, of course, what a new player is always advised to do, is to choose a field in which he wants to specialize his character, so that he can actually catch up to those veteran players very quickly. So yeah, the answer, is it too late to start off in EVE Online? It's absolutely a no. EVE Online is is actually one of those games where all your efforts and your time can yield you actual value in the game. So if you decide to start now, I'd say it's a great idea. You know, there are a lot of new players, a lot of excitement about the Dust integration as well. And if you're good enough and you play enough in EVE Online, you can catch up to new players. Of course, it takes a tremendous amount of effort and know-how. With my 8 billion, I'm not going to buy a Titan character, but it is possible, you know, and that's all about EVE Online. There are very little restrictions. It's a sandbox. So yeah, if you're hesitating to give EVE Online a try because of this fear that you'll never be able to catch up to a veteran player, I'd say don't be afraid of that. Give EVE Online a go. It's you can catch up to them, you can specialize and then match up to what they can do in some ships very quickly, and it's definitely worth it. EVE Online, I mean, I said in the video where I reviewed all my previous game experiences, or most of them, that Morrowind was my favorite game when I played it. It's still my favorite single player game, but EVE Online has taken the top spot as best game for me personally. So yeah, that's it for this video. You know, give EVE Online a try. Don't think I'll never catch up, and don't give it a try for that. If you try it later on, you'll only regret not having started sooner. So yeah, that's it for this video, guys. I'm off to the Dixie by myself another Machina, and I'll see you all next time.